Yo, what's good, YouTube? How y'all doing today, man? And we're here with a brand new video, and today is another how-to video, but this one is a little different. So I had somebody ask me, yo, can you make a video on how you set up your universe mode? So I'm gonna teach you guys today on how I personally set mine up. I'm not saying this is the way that everybody should set theirs up. Everybody has different preferences, but me personally, I'm gonna teach you how to set up a nice universe mode that you can go on ahead and put to use as well. So let's go on ahead and get into it. Let's go. All right, you guys, so as you see here, we're gonna go classic mode, of course. So the first thing I do is I go into the calendar, man. Get rid of NXT. You know, I'm a fan of NXT, but I'm not gonna go on ahead and make a different show for them. That's just too much to keep up with already. So Raw and SmackDown is, you know, the standard shows that you want to go on ahead and have. Now, this is for me, this is important because I like my rivalries to actually mesh with the time. Let's be honest, bro. You're not developing a rivalry in 1 week. That's one. Two, WrestleMania Backlash, it just don't make sense. We didn't do WrestleMania, so let's go on ahead, get rid of this. This pay-per-view right here, we're always going to put at the 4th week of the month. Now, this pay-per-view would be up to you. Me personally, I've done Night of Champions as the first pay-per-view because I feel like if I'm going to crown new champions, I want it to be a Night of Champions. It depends if you want to crown your champions off the beginning or if you want to work your way to crowning a champion. But me personally, I would go on ahead and put a different pay-per-view here, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do that in just a second. So, for example, we're going to put Hell in a Cell in the 4th week right here. This is how I personally book my pay-per-views. You have it in the last week of the month. I still don't know why it's like 2-3 weeks intervals, but that's how I do it. 4th week of the month, Hell in a Cell. All right, you guys, so we're finally done doing that. We set all our pay-per-views at the last week of the month. So what I usually do is for pay-per-view fill-ins that I want to go on ahead and replace a pay-per-view, I go over to community creations. So once I'm in community creations here, I'm gonna look for pay-per-views that look cool. There's some over the limits I've seen, some Night of Champions. There's a dope amount of pay-per-views that people make, and they're custom, but they're still WWE style pay-per-views, which makes it cool. So I go on ahead, download some of them, or you can do your own thing. Like I said, me personally, I just like getting some of the custom pay-per-views and doing a little bit of throwbacks here and there, and then I'll add that over to the calendar just so we have pay-per-views in those empty months. So after that's done and my pay-per-views are set for my rivalries, this is what I do next. All right, guys, so once everything is set, we want to go over to Raw. Depending on how many matches you want, I personally set my Raw matches to 5 and my SmackDown matches to 5. Why? Because 9 matches is way too much, and personally, you don't need that many matches to build rivalries and things like that. So once that's done, for my championships, I mean, they pretty much identical. Me personally, I don't like having split branded women's champion. I like having one women's champion because I feel that there's not that many interesting women on the roster, no pun intended at all. I'm a fan of a lot of the women wrestlers, but I don't feel like I have enough wrestlers or women wrestlers to, you know, make some interesting rivalries. So I have no brand split for the women. For the tag team championships for the women, nope, I don't have that at all. I go on ahead and remove that here. For this, I usually just get a nice women's title that, you know, can work on both brands. And for the tag team championships, I do the same thing. There's not enough tag teams that I feel are interesting enough right now in the WWE, aside from a few. So I go on ahead and just use one title. So I'll give you guys an example here. I have the Undisputed Tag Team Championship here that I downloaded from Community Creations, and I go on ahead and use it as my main tag team championship, and then I just go on ahead and just throw it on one tag team or whatever the case you want to do. But me personally, that's how I handle my championships. United States and WWE champion, that it stays untouched. If you want to mess with the main title, of course, feel free to. That's just how I do mine. To go over the roster participants, me personally, I do not like having too many people on the roster because I feel like you need to give people their time to shine. So I usually do about 30 to 40 wrestlers per brand. I feel like that's the perfect mix. And yeah, that's how I go on ahead and split it up. You can divide the roster however you want it personally. And but yeah, about 30 to 40 people per roster. I feel like that's a good thing. You don't get lost in your rivalries or who you want to put it where. And then obviously gradually you add more people throughout, you know, the show. But me personally, I like starting with 30 to 40. That's including women and men. Now, guys, to go on ahead and go over to settings, I like to turn automatic rivalries off, tag team breakups off, crowd reaction changing off. I like to control that myself. injuries off, entrance I keep on, but I always take off anything that can be AI booked, because at the end of the day, we do not like that or want that. We don't want the AI taking control of our universe mode and the universe mode tutorials, because those will drive you crazy and slow the whole process down for sure. And another thing here that I forgot to mention, guys, is you do want to go through all your superstars and delete their enemies and allies. And shout out to Beach Bites for that. He is on YouTube. He helped me out a lot in terms of universe mode. His videos have, and I definitely see a bit of a difference. So basically what I mean by that is you going ahead, remove this right here. You remove, so basically you remove all of AJ Styles enemies and their main manager, the tag teams you keep if they're in a tag team, and that's all that you do. It's gonna take you a little bit, but it'll be worth it in the long run, especially if you like having a very long universe mode, because the rivalries are gonna go on ahead and actually make sense, you know. So it's not gonna be Jimmy versus Jay or something crazy like that. But yes, you definitely want to go on ahead and do that. Find the time to, it'll be worth it. For the tag teams, of course. So here on my end, the tag teams that I use is, personally, I go on ahead and get Dax and Cash. I put them in the tag team, FTR, and you can do Sammy and KO. It all depends on the tag team that you want to create. Personally, I add about 2 to 3 tag teams. I've even had Rated RKO in tag teams, things like that. Those are things that you definitely want to go on ahead and, you know, even build up in your universe mode and make them a team in terms of storyline. So it definitely helps as well. And that's pretty much about it, guys. That's how I set up my universe mode. 5 matches on each show, 30 to 40 superstars on each show to go on ahead and make sure that you can keep track. And I also have a spreadsheet as well that I use. So if you guys did want me to drop that spreadsheet, let me know, and I'll go on ahead and drop it off to you guys. That way you guys can use it and it'll help you going ahead and get started with your universe mode. And if you guys want to see a modded universe mode, please let me know, as I am currently working extra hard to get my game as modded as possible. I even have a new camera angle. You guys can see a sneak peek right there. Super dope camera angle. Have a lot of fun with it, and it definitely adds another thing of realism to it, and just a different vibe to the game. So there is the sneak peek to that. If you guys want to see a universe mode with new camera angles and things like that, and new story scenes, please let me know. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you guys so much for the support. The support has been huge on the YouTube channel. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. Never thought I'd be able to say that. We have 2 videos this month, over 2,000 viewers, and all our other videos are hitting over 100 that I've been dropping. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you guys have any questions, any concerns, feel free to comment. I'll go on ahead and reply to you. You guys have a nice rest of your day. Peace.